Hello, welcome in everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Friday, July the 5th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out today. This could play out at any point in time. The message may or may not be for you. I always like to jump in and talk about the cosmic channeling that comes through for me, connected to the current astrology and what comes through meditation. And then I like to jump in with the cards. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video, especially if you resonate with the message. But we do have a new moon in Cancer today. And so this energy, I feel, is evoking a collective, deep spiritual awakening. When I was tapping into the collective energy this morning, there was a very unique combination, I feel, signifying this deep spiritual awakening taking place. And so we do have to master the importance of understanding that listening to our own inner voice and our own intuition is always going to be key. And so the universe is kind of nudging us as a collective right now to trust our instincts, to trust our intuition, and to rely on that inner wisdom and the higher guides that are bringing us forward and bringing us information. And so we do have Mars sextile Saturn today. And I just feel this energy is saying we need to have balance and moderation. And I feel the Mars sextile Saturn is giving us that karmic push to kind of face any challenges. Mars and Taurus, that Taurus the bull energy, I'm telling you, you give Taurus a task and they are going to stick it through to the bitter end. And so I was shown the energy of the King of Wands appearing in my third eye this morning, along with the Temperance card. And so I do feel this is suggesting a need for balancing, a need for moderation. This could be connected to addictions. It could be connected to fears or patterns. And so I feel many of us are on this pursuit of our ambitions and our goals, along with the higher purpose, along with the higher mission. And so there's a combination of energies, I feel, connected to this new moon, guiding us towards accomplishment and success and leadership. But we also have to find that alchemized balance between our higher and our lower selves. And so we all have a higher and a lower self. The lower ego, I think, is asking us right now to overcome these fears. And so the lower ego is where we need to face all of these fears, overcome addictions. And then when we tap into the higher conscious or the higher conscious ego, we are then attaining some type of spiritual enlightenment. And so right now I feel it's very necessary to go within. You think of the Cancer energy, it is the crab. And so I've been pretty crabby actually for the last couple of days. I don't know if it's collective energy, if it's stress, if it's anxiety. A lot of issues around the home have been arising, bringing forward a lot of deep triggers, especially as that moon transitioned through my fourth house in Gemini. And so I feel the devil is trying to present us with temptations at this time. And so navigate those challenges, because we do have a gateway opening up towards accomplishment and success. And so we probably won't see the completion of all of this until the next full moon. The next full moon is in Capricorn. I believe it's on the 21st in my local area. And it's going to be at 29 degrees, 08. And so we're in this powerful portal of energies guiding us towards our leadership skills and guiding us towards success as new earth leaders. And so if you're looking for a sign indicating that you're on the right path and you found my channel, that might be a huge sign that you're on the path to success. I'm all about growth and helping others attain their goals and growth and bringing forward breakthroughs. And so right now I feel this Cancer new moon is opening up the gateway of intuitive insights, right? Cancer is a very intuitive sign. And so listen to your own inner voice. That is a huge message. In order for us to achieve that attainment of our goals within our home and within our lives, we have to maintain structure and order, and we have to be fairly established with our beliefs connected to home and family as well. And so right now we are learning to express our inner truth. We're transforming our inner truth, that's for sure. And so we have to own our own unique perspectives. And I think right now there's a lot being explained through downloads or signs or syncs, through your intuition, maybe through your third eye. I do feel an underlying shadowy aspect of like going into the underworld of Hades. It is the dark balsamic moon, and so it's the dark new moon, right? And so patience is key. New moons are for planting seeds. I wouldn't be planting seeds so much for relationships at this time, but healing, maybe healing patterns with your mother, healing a mother wound, or healing a home situation. And so plant the seed, journal, plant the seed, meditate, and then have the fortitude and the patience to wait. Taurus, I feel, is one of the most patient signs until you rock the boat, until you poke the bull and get the bull going, just shining all these red flags, right? And so we can't keep ignoring the red flags either, I feel, is a big message. And so there's a recognition of the new earth template. I feel many are awakening to the new earth template. And in order to establish that new earth foundation internally, and then it be presented externally, we do have to go into the underworld, into the Hades energy, into the dark night of the soul, of that very uncomfortable evaluation of the past, your past mistakes, doing people dirty, and forgiving those that did you dirty. And so right now I feel all of this depth is necessary for growth. It's necessary to bring into form these new individual insights, because we all have a message to share. We all have a karmic pathway to represent this lifetime. And so impatience will trigger frustrations and anger. And so be mindful of what is triggering an impatient energy. There really is no need to rush. We all have a purpose, and we all get there in divine timing. And so I do feel, sit back a little bit, go within and enjoy the accomplishments that you've already made, because inevitably we all get to where we need to go. And so in meditation, there was this energy of like a sour taste in my mouth, and so there might be something coming to an end that is leaving a bad taste in your mouth, but I feel this might just be due to the lack of depth of understanding as to why. And so dedicate the next 6 months even to this seed that you're planting and watch it grow. I do feel the energies are promoting a breakthrough. They are asking us to instill new mental habits when it comes to thought patterns, when it comes to thought processes, which is also promoting new insights, I feel. And so what are you dedicated towards? What dedicated action do you need to take? Because it felt like an 8 of Wands, like it's being expedited when it comes to restructuring a foundation over the coming days, maybe even over the weekend. But there's like this slight energy of being a little bit cautious. You don't want to jump the gun. The Fool does take the leap of faith, and the Fool kind of jumps, and not knowing what's next in sight. But you don't want to become too incautious. You still want to be able to have a certain level of discernment when it comes to moving forward. There is this urge for like expression, and maybe abandoning an old way of being, or abandoning a certain home situation that's no longer in alignment with new opportunities that are arising. And so right now I feel we are being exalted if we are willing to find that drive and to find that will to embrace the breakthrough. And so when we go through this awakening and this breakthrough, it can feel very threatening at times. And so the universe will use any means necessary to realign us on our correct path, and they will use force. It almost will feel like you have to endure a certain level of condemnation or judgment, but the universe is always seeking to achieve that balance and that goal to redirect you to your karmic purpose. And so there is a certain knowing, I feel, coming through that we will withstand any judgment or condemnation. And so there is a lot of oversensitivity during the awakening process. And so it's like we're concluding some type of cycle. And so there's some type of justice being expedited. They want me to keep using the word expedited today. And so we cannot abandon our own individual insights for fear of condemnation as well. And so we got to get out of this mindset of this one-track mind of this is the only way, there's no other way. We have to be willing to open up to new broadened perspectives, and it doesn't mean that those other ways are right, but we have to be willing to have a little bit of lunacy to embrace mental brilliance as well. And so right now we cannot be overly reliant on other people's advice. We cannot allow other people to make decisions for us, because then that strips us of our our power and our empowerment. And I also feel there is this underlying like stubborn obsession as well going on. And so face any recurring obstacles and understand what this stubborn obsession is. So this is by design. I feel this is by design to show you a certain pattern that is given to you through some type of mercurial gift. And so there might be a lot of clairaudiency gifts coming back online. Mercury is in Leo right now, so this might be significant for somebody out there with a Mercury in Leo. Doesn't have to be, or maybe Mercury in Leo is aspecting a certain part within your birth chart, activating some mercurial mental gifts right now, and it can create like a mental overload, right? So stay grounded. Stay grounded. There is a need to just embrace these unique insights. This might include grounding through automatic writing. And so I just feel somebody here is awakening to some type of channeling abilities. And so there really is no inherent right or wrong action to take, because like I said, the universe will always regenerate that drive to realign you by any means possible to your path. And so there's a need to harmonize right now. I feel harmonize and balance. That's what the temperance energy is bringing forward, I feel, when it comes to this breakthrough and understanding the value of our own unique knowing. That was interesting. I looked up at exactly 11:11. And so there's like a self-actualization process as we go through this deep awakening process. There's a recentering. And so the breakthrough kind of naturally and organically gets established and gets grounded both internally and externally. And so flow and ebb and flow through the process. And so like I've been on this awakening path and shown this new cosmic order, this new earth order since 2019. And I'm finally kind of in this place of getting grounded in my unique knowing, and knowing that we all have our own personal unique truth, and we all hold a collective value to that truth, right? And so do not allow the ego to hold you back. The ego has the tendency to kind of resist the breakthrough. It wants to seek justification, and it plays into the lower attributes. And then we don't want to carry this over into new earth energy. And so we're in a massive purging process, I feel. And so what is the value that you know to be true for you? Because there's something here when it comes to accepting the death of something or the ending of something. A major life cycle is reaching completion. And so we are in the gateway portal, I feel, of restructuring our individuality, and we are restructuring relationships. We are entering into the activation of the higher conscious through the soul star chakra, I feel. And so there's an activation going on as well with the throat chakra in these energies. And so we all have an individual knowing. And so do not doubt that individual knowing, because that individual knowing is guiding you towards self-empowerment. And so really listen to that inner ear or that inner guidance. Really listen to your own inner unique voice. And so I had a conversation the other day, and I can't even remember who the conversation was with. I think it might have been with my daughter, with my teenage daughter. And she always said, you know, like, oh, do you ever get that mental chatter at bedtime where your mind just won't shut off? And I said, well, no, I don't get that anymore, because I've my meditation practices and already sifting through the mental processes. And I said, and so allow the thoughts to flow through you. Do not attach to the thoughts. Allow them to flow through you and release them without judgment, right? And so I actually go through the thought wheels in the morning, and that's when I receive most of my energies, and I meditate again in the morning. And so we all have an ability to transform our rational inner knowing into individual insights, and delivering these individual insights towards creating new earth and bringing forward new perspectives, unique perspectives. And you have a knowing, and it might not be backed up by facts, but we all have an intuitive hunch. And so take fortitude, stand behind those intuitive insights, explain them, even if they seem freakish, even if they seem completely outside of the collective tribal norms or outside of the box. Be your most individualistic self. And so I've got Pluto sitting in my 12th house of Aquarius, and I had to really learn to overcome that fear of rejection. And so people will reject you, and that's okay. Rejection is always going to be God's protection. And so we all have like a genetic protection system built into us with our guides and our ancestors. And so trust. Don't keep wondering. Just start communicating. Start clearly communicating your breakthroughs, your insights, even if it's just getting them out in a journal and communicating them to yourself. Mental anxiety is always going to arise when we fear our ideas or our thoughts or a message is too weird, when we fear condemnation, or if we feel like we can't explain them without maybe stuttering. And I stutter my words sometimes too. Being vulnerable is probably the strongest thing that we can ever do on the path, even with the possibility of being rejected. So let's jump in with some cards today. Let's see what else needs to come through with the cards. I forgot my pen again today to timestamp. Give me 1 minute, guys. Maybe one of these days I'll remember the pen. Okay, let's get into it. I chose the Moonology Messages Oracle deck today because it is the new moon in Cancer. I also was guided to the Energy Oracle deck. I don't know if it was the blue on the card or the Goddess of the Moon energy, but I was drawn to the blue, and I feel that's due to the throat energy. And I think I was drawn to this deck because it kind of matches my shirt. I actually stepped outside the box today, but anyway. And then the Angel Wisdom Tarot. Let's get some messages from the angels. But let's jump in. Let's jump in with the Moonology message deck first. And let's see what needs to come through. So keep in mind, guys, this is not sign specific. But I will call out any zodiac signs that do need mentioning throughout the reading. So just make sure you're staying in integrity and take the lead. You know, I keep my side of the street clean. I keep my house clean. I try my best to, you know, just be a good person. I'm authentic, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't hide any parts of myself out there. And so stay in integrity. I also want to say, like, stick to your own lane. Don't worry if you're flying solo. A lot of us have to take the lead, and we are the way showers. And so we're the ones kind of paving the path, and we all don't have the answers, right? I don't have all of the answers. Nobody has all of the answers. And so there's something coming to completion, I feel, during this double full moon portal. And so we're kind of in the midway point of this double portal. And so the moon holds wisdom. And so take the lead through your intuitive hunches, right? And stay in integrity. So that's interesting. We're kind of in the dark side of the moon. And so anything hidden will eventually come to light, I feel, at that next full moon. So take the lead. Let's get some of these messages out and let's get into it, guys. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow your roll. And so just take that time to be patient, to go within, slow it down. Protection. There might be a need to put a ring of energy, a ring of protection around you, a protection spell around your home. I do feel there is a need for boundaries right now. There might be a very solitary process going on here, and there is a need to stay focused. Stay focused on the end game is what they want me to say. Stay focused on the end game. Yeah, we are in a portal of deep shadow work, a lot of reflection, a lot of looking back, a lot of reminiscing. And so communicate. There is a need to communicate in order to complete some type of shadow work here. And I know Lilith did just enter into Libra, and I am a Lilith in Libra. And so, like, oh, the triggers when it comes to the imbalances of past relationships and all of the time that's been lost and all of the darkness and all of the synchronicities that have led me here. And so we all have shadow work to do. I always go back into the shadow work. It seems like my fifth house is ruled by the moon, is ruled by Cancer. And so my whole creative process, my entire journey is based off the moon. And so talk to the moon, communicate with the moon. I do feel there might be a need to have a conversation, follow the signs and the synchronicities. But it's like this energy of you can no longer just do nothing. We can't keep staying idle. There is a need to draw down the moon. So let's get into it with the energy oracle cards, and let's go further into this message. All tied up. 8 of Swords. So there's that King of Wands energy coming through. All tied up. So there could be a masculine King of Wands here all tied up in a cycle with somebody. This is kind of like a Queen of Swords in reversed, the thinking woman. And so there is somebody here trying to create illusion or confusion through lies. I'm feeling a very strong Queen of Swords reverse, and I just feel like master manipulation, or somebody here that just keeps trying to repeat the same chapter over and over again. And maybe somebody's really not thinking clearly. There could be a woman here that is very fragmented in the mind space as well. I feel a Seven of Cups energy mixed with like a Queen of Swords in reverse. And so make sure that you are communicating clearly. I do feel there might be a need to watch your words. Somebody here is all tied up, I feel, with the King of Wands energy. There's a King of Wands, Queen of Swords reversed energy coming through. And I think that was a similar vibe a couple of days ago. Let's get a few of these cards out and let's see what is going on. I think there might be a need to think things through. Somebody might have jumped into a situation and they didn't think things through, and there might be a lashing. I just feel like the Queen of Swords reverse, I just keep hearing tongue whipping. And so somebody I feel is very hurt and maybe lashing out. That's very possible. Okay, the Temple Path and Rest and Rejuvenate. So there is a need to slow it down. 19, this is a karmic debt number, and it was in the astrology, if I do believe. Yeah, Mars sextile Saturn is at 19 degrees. And so there's a need to breathe, go within. This is meditation energy, so slow it down, breathe it out. And then we get the Temple Path. So I'm going to flip another one here. Ooh. Blossoming abundance in reverse is below the focus. And so there is maybe a need to shift a money mindset. I feel like an Empress in reversed energy. So there is a very heavy karmic feminine energy coming through, whether this is an internal energy due to a mother wound. Very well could be a mother wound. There is definitely some shadow work to do connected to romance, connected to love, and maybe connected to a mother wound, or where you are unable to receive love. And I had that conversation during a reading yesterday with a beautiful divine feminine that I just adore, that I consider to be a wonderful friend. And so where do you keep yourself all tied up in an old mindset? Oh my God. Oh my God. Where do you keep yourself all tied up in an old mindset? I feel I'm talking to a feminine as well. Like this is so interesting. It just feels like an alchemizing of energies. There's somebody all tied up with an old mindset. There is an Empress in reverse here. I feel there is this need to gain a new perspective. I feel somebody is on the Temple Path. And so where do you need to heal a wound surrounding receiving abundance? Because abundance is here for the taking. Maybe you just need to stop focusing so much on creating it and believe that you deserve it. So there is some shadow work to do here connected to a money mindset. And so stop overthinking. This is also a block to love. And so if we cannot receive love, we cannot receive abundance. And so there is some type of balancing. I do feel that now there's like a King of Swords energy coming through. So you might need to withdraw communication in order for somebody to speak up. So very interesting. I do feel a true counterpart pair coming through, possibly in separation. And there might be adjacent possibilities. I do feel there's a need to withdraw communication. If you have been in like a holding pattern with somebody and overthinking a situation and trying to figure out why is the door to romance not opening up with this person, take a step back. There might be adjacent possibilities here, or maybe you had to seek out adjacent possibilities on your Temple Path as part of learning your worth and your value. But there is a very healing connection here coming into balance, Master number 22. And so there is a new beginning here, a Fool, but there is the Fool, Aries energy. I also feel Pisces energy coming through in Leo, Taurus, Libra. And so I do feel there's a possibility for somebody to maybe reach out for some type of reunion or offer. This is like a Six of Cups. We got a King of Swords bringing in an offer for some type of reunion. And this could be a past life connection that you've not met this life. But this is balanced. And so release attachment to an outcome. Let's jump into it with some tarot. I can't believe we're at 24 minutes already. All right, Justice. So there is a balancing and there is a need to come out of confusion and delusion. And so somebody here might be procrastinating, moving forward on their Temple Path, waiting for somebody to return. We cannot wait around for people. All right, we're going to do 9 cards and we're going to get into it. What do we got for a message today for the collective? I just peeked and saw the Four of Cups. So somebody here might have some regret about a missed opportunity. Somebody here might be being urged to, hey, like, just drink the cup, dude. Drink the cup. Okay, we get a Queen of Coins in reversed. We get a balancing act. We get the Temperance card. There's that Temperance energy, Sagittarius, Earth energy. And we get a Page of Wands. And so there isn't an enthusiastic, exciting new opportunity here to boss up as an Empress. And so there is a Divine Feminine, I hear, that's been on the path, healing money wounds, healing abandonment wounds, and is coming into that new perspective. That new perspective about what needs to be reflected on in order to move forward when it comes to stuckness. Oh, I did that wrong. And so you might have to go back and redo something. Pisces energy, and then the Three of Wands. And so there is like an unexpected receiving. You always do get to decide what is next on your path, but I think there's a lot going on here for a Divine Feminine. There's a lot causing stress. I think maybe things are just progressing quickly and it's creating stress and it's creating triggers. There might be unexpected rapid changes. That was a message yesterday, but it is leading to the releasing of a long-standing burden. So I feel there's a Divine Feminine here that's just been working too hard. Maybe it's time to just take a break. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe it's time to explore other avenues for work. Let your friends help you. Yeah, let your friends help you. It's time for you to receive. I feel a feminine that has given it her all, that gives to the less fortunate, that's paid off some karmic debt, and it's time for the good to finally come back to you. And so I don't know that it is time to take action. I think you are giving birth to your dreams. There's some type of creative project here, and you're just awakening to see this creation in a whole new light. And so I think get ready to receive some news. I think there is one last layer of shadow work connected to self-worth and self-value, because it isn't about the material aspects. It really is about being practical, proceeding. And so there is a very ungrounded energy being balanced out. There is an alchemizing or blending of ideas. And I just feel somebody here is coming into perfect aligned balance after mastering self-control and patience. And so there's a new opportunity to do what it is that you love here. What is it that you love? I do feel we could have a feminine. Her wishes are coming true. This could be recognition for the good work that you put out there. And I just think a brand new opportunity is coming on your doorstep. So there might be a new love offer here. We get all the pages except for the Page of Swords. So we get the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. And so there is a solid, emotional, exciting offer coming. And so all we're missing is the Page of Swords. And so that's the most important one. I think somebody might be stuck in third party and might be stuck with somebody that is trying to keep them trapped, all tied up, which has prevented somebody moving on or relocating. And there might be an emotional outburst here. That's also a possibility. Doesn't have to be. But I do feel there's like a Page of Swords missing here that might be watching an Empress go through a period of growth. And I think there's going to be unexpected communication. There could also be an Empress going on some travel here, some business travel. So let's just take a look at this awakening. This might not fully materialize until we go into the North Node in Pisces. That's what they're telling me for a timing. And there we have it. We have the missing page. And so I do feel somebody is really shifting their perception here. This is about gaining insights. There is an exciting intellectual challenge ahead. Definitely. So somebody here is about to receive news or information. Maybe it's going to come via text or email. And you're going to want to review it. There might be some challenging information to work through here. But whatever news is being received, this is going to bring a completion to a release or an ending for a new beginning. And so there might be something that needs to be released here. But there is a cycle reaching completion. I feel this is a time of manifesting brilliant success. It is a time of accomplishment, spiritual enlightenment. I think there's an Empress here that needs to be proud of herself. But get ready to receive unexpected communication. And I think it's going to blindside you. I think it's going to come out of nowhere. And you might choose to respond. And it might be a little challenging here. But I think this is going to create sudden, unexpected changes on your path. So let's get one last closing message today. Let's get one last message from the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. Look at that, giving and receiving. There's some type of reunion or reconciliation here. And I do feel a divine feminine that is learning to receive, that is about to receive from somebody where maybe she's never received and had a healthy exchange with others. So the final message today is you need to trust there is a divine plan at work. So trust in the divine plan, guys, because there is a divine feminine here that is very much attuned with psychic abilities, maybe enhancing your psychic abilities. Somebody here does have the gift of seeing, hearing, sensing. So trust your intuition. Develop that intuition. Spend time in nature. Balance those chakras and trust in the visions that are coming forward, because somebody here I feel is like a divine prophet, and you are here on a service mission. So you do have an important message to give. So trust the divine. Trust the divine. Cut the cords, clear the past trauma and wounds, and get ready to receive a divine masculine. Yeah. So I think we're at a major pivot point of progressing forward, and that is what I have for a message today. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out that description box below. I do have a sale on the transit chart readings. If you'd like to check that out, that's a perfect opportunity to get a snapshot of what exactly is going on currently up in the sky with your birth chart. I would love to get that booked in. Check it out, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.